Good day YouTube, today we're going to talk about how to beat arguably the toughest boss in the entire game, Erlang. I got him out of the picture in just my third attempt because I did a lot of homework, I did a lot of research, I went through many guides on YouTube to try to find out which strategy is the easiest and work best to my gamer instincts, and I hope that my compilation and my summary here will help you as well. Now, unlike other bosses, I feel that it is important for me to talk about my build because it plays such a pivotal role in taking care of this guy in a very swift fashion. Okay, so what makes Erlang such a difficult boss to handle is because of his shield, which recharges every time his health goes down by 25%. So you have to deal with his shield 4 times altogether. It's like dealing with an additional health bar. That's like some god level, next level bullshit over there. So in order to get rid of the shield effectively and fast, you need to use the plantain fan. This fan will allow you to treat his shield down, and then you can quickly get straight to business. Unfortunately, this fan takes a long time to recharge. So what you need to do is to center your build around making the recharge as soon as possible and as quick as possible. So for that reason alone, I go with the golden armor set because the golden armor set allows me to get small amounts of chi every time I get a critical hit and do critical damage. So with this in mind, I also wish to double down on my critical hit chances. So let's look at my curios. The cat eye increased my critical hit chance. This particular one just increased my defense, and then the beast Buddha gives me increases critical hit damage. And if you have 2 of these bad boys, feel free to equip them because 2 is always better than 1, right? Okay, I'll use the Jinggu Bang because it does a lot of damage. For the spirit itself, I would go with the bat because this guy allows me to freeze Erlang 2 times in the course of the battle, and while he's frozen, I will then start to use my mobile spin to get as many crits as possible within a short period of time. So let us then go to talk about skills next, right? I mentioned about mobile spin, so this is the tree line that you really need to put all your sparks in to fill it up, because this is the one component that can allow you to get your chi back in the soonest fashion possible. Later you'll see in the battle, the bar builds back really fast. And of course, you need to double down on all the aspects of your build that is related to critical hit chance as well as critical damage, Rafu Might as well as Rafu Escalation. Alright, mysticism might be a good idea to put some points into immobilization. This sort of becomes like a backup if your bad freezing skill failed to deliver. You can use the immobilization as a secondary option to freeze him and then attack him with your mobile spin. For the alteration, Cloud Step is a no-brainer. You definitely need this, so put your sparks into this. And then as for the Pluck of the Many, it is more of a luxury item. The first attempt I cast this and Erlang went into the sky and all my monkeys stood there looking at him like it's some K-pop concert. So this is actually not very useful in many situations in this battle. Transformation, just go for the stone, the Azure Dust, alright? Because this guy, if Erlang is on the ground and you transform into this, he basically has no reaction towards you. You can just walk slowly towards him and just keep headbutting him and knocking him down and getting his shield or his health down bit by bit, as well as building up your chi at the same time. So this is a no-brainer, just go for this transformation. Alright, is there anything else that I have missed? Let us talk about the drinks. Okay, Supreme God, because it can give me 10 sips. Now the number of sips is very important in this battle, more so than any other beast, because I equip the drinks, the Sunset of the Night Skies, which grants me a considerable amount of chi. So this is actually one of my main source of chi during the course of the battle. So I want to be able to drink this as much as possible, right? And then looking at my Soaked Breath of Fire just gives me additional attack when I do the Cloud Step. That's useful. The Bee Mountain Stone grants me a chance to have another free sip, so that makes it 11 sips. That's always good. And the Tiger Relic gives me a moderate chance of increasing my critical hit. So we're talking about crit damage and stuff. Yeah, this goes back to the concept, right, of getting your plantain fan up as soon as you can. Okay, relics are not really important. You can just put anything you like, stick to it. I don't think there's a big difference. Use Tiger Subduing Palace. If you need to, medication really isn't a big deal for me. If you want, you can double down on your Mirage Pill, that might help. But in any case, the general picture of the build is here. Let us go straight into the battle right now. As I mentioned earlier, this is like my 3rd attempt to fight Erlang. Somehow with all the research and everything and going through the battle in my head so many times during the day, like I'm more nervous than taking my GCE A-level examination some 30 years ago, okay? So I approach this, you just go to the center of the field and cast your fan. Don't go too close because I did that in my second attempt and he jumped and avoided the fan altogether. So you just want to keep your distance, wait for the fan to strike him. Now go in with light attack, very combos. Don't use heavy attack because he's retreating and chances are your heavy attack will not land. Okay, just keep spamming your light attacks and get as many combos as you can. Just when you think that you run out of it, go into your bat, cast a frost on him, and now is the chance to see this mobile spin. See how my chi bar goes up by such a great quantity, and once he's done, right, continue with some normal generic attacks. You can use your 3 focal point attacks should you want to, and get ready for phase 2. Okay, so now I left a little bit more for my fan to recharge. So in order to do that, I cloud step first in order to avoid the main attack after his shield gets rebuilt, which is the X. Okay, I will start to drink from my gourd and that will replenish my chi. Okay, one sip and I get the fan back again. I will cast the fan while I'm in cloud step mode because it's just safer. Rinse and repeat, do exactly the same thing that you did at the start of the battle. Go in with your light attacks, your varied combos, build up your focal points, and hopefully you get a few crit attacks along the way. Okay, be relentless, do not stop. Once your tornado is over, repeat, use the bat, cast a frost on him, go in with your mobile spin. Exactly the same as what you did, same sequence. Okay, and once again, I got my fan almost back. Now we go to the third phase, and there's this light show ongoing right now, right? Do not cast your cloud step at the moment now because you need it almost immediately after this. You just need to spam your roll dodge at a far away distance and do not drink from your gout during this period of time like what I did over here. Okay, you're just wasting time. Now as he casts all these swords, you can either use mobile spin to deflect them or you can cast cloud step like I do to keep the procedure the same. Drink from my gourd, get my fan ready, and this time yet again for the third time I'm using the fan, and I will repeat. I use the unveiling strike and then I follow in with my light attacks. Now this time round the bat will no longer have the frost because you can only do that for 2 times, so I cannot use spirit. This will be a good time to cast immobilization. But I did not max out my immobilization, so I have to resort to other means, right? Basically, I'm going off the plan at the moment really. I'm just reacting and it's going off the script. Okay, so I just roll dodge, and thankfully my cloud step came just in time when he does his heavy AoE attack. And then you see a couple of missteps over here. Okay. Now I use the transformation just to tide myself over. He has high defense. Unfortunately, right, he's in the sky, so whenever he's flying, this transformation will not work. Okay, but it's alright lah. If he was on the ground, you will be able to repeatedly hit him. But it's okay, I'll just go along with the flow and I cast the bat and again it failed. So then this is the part where I will use immobilization, and I should have done this earlier. Okay, now you look at the mobile spin and now it's like wham bam, thank you ma'am, and let's go in for the home run. I'm not stopping on the mobile spin. Okay, I almost got my fan back up again, and just that little bit more to go. I know if I sit from my gout I'll get my fan back, but I want to wait for my cloud step because it is just safer. So I'll just spam my roll dodge. Okay, I got my cloud step, I'll cast the fan, and then after this, right, it's just home base, baby. Go in, and then after that, wait for his shield to go down, and I will spam all my varied combos and go in with my 3 focal heavy attack. I have this now. Essentially, I'm still full bar. I have lots of potion left and it's looking really good. My spirit is back up. Okay, it will still do him damage even though it doesn't freeze him, and the final blow is soon. And that's it, boys and girls. I took out the toughest boss in the entire game in my 3rd attempt. So I hope that this particular process will help you. It's very consistent, it's easy to memorize, and it's certainly very fun when you know that you're working on a strategy that will work. You know, sometimes you may lose due to some unlucky algorithm and RNG be thrown your way, but following this particular pattern will definitely reap you rewards in the long run. Alright, so I hope you enjoyed this video. Thank you, I see you in the next one, and goodbye.